Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? Jay here, bringing you guys this week's top 5 video, and this week I'm bringing you guys my top 5 normal type Pokemon because normal did win in last week's vote. But if you guys are enjoying the series so far and you happen to enjoy this episode as well, please do not forget to hit that like button because it does help support the channel, series, video, and it makes me a very happy guy. Also, do not forget to leave your own top 5 normal type Pokemon down in the comment section below, and I do believe we only have one more type to go through when it comes to top 5, and that is rocks. So, I mean, I guess you can vote for next week's top 5 or not. I mean, I don't really see the point of voting when we only have rock left. But let me know if you guys are enjoying the series and you want me to continue the series after we finish up with rock next week. But let's go ahead and jump into this week's top 5 list. So coming in at number 5 is URSARING, and URSARING is on this list because I mean, I don't use URSARING a lot, but definitely when it comes to the anime, Paul's URSARING made me love URSARING even more just because his URSARING was a monster. Like, that thing was scary. First of all, it had the ability, guts? So it got a boost when, I think when Chimchar, was it Chimchar? I think when Chimchar or Pikachu like burned it or paralyzed it, URSARING got a boost in attack and just started wrecking lives. It was just like, what is happening here? And it was just amazing. I really like the sheer power that URSARING has. Of course, URSARING does get outclassed by several other Pokemon, none that I can really name off the top of my head right now, but I know URSARING does pack a punch, and it also gets the ability to Quick Feet as well. So if you're not all about power and you're all about speed, then I mean, Quick Feet is the way to go. Usually I would run Toxic Orb, Guts, or Toxic Orb, Quick Feet, only because people always question why run a Toxic Orb when you can run Burn Orb. The reason why you run Toxic Orb is because during the first few turns of Toxic Poison, you take less damage than you do than if you were burned. So that is why Toxic Orb is preferred, and then you're not going to be staying in for very long anyway because you want to preserve your hard hitter for later. So you end up switching out and you end up resetting the poison turns. So that's why you really run a Toxic Orb. But I'm sitting here trying to give you guys lessons on competitive battling when I don't even competitive battle that much anymore. But that is really why I love URSARING. I mean, URSARING is just a basic bear Pokemon, and I mean, like design-wise, it's not really all of that. It's really a basic design. It's just a bear, and I mean, bears in real life are actually very, very threatening. If you actually try to run away from a bear, yeah, it's actually advised that you don't run away from a bear because a bear can run very fast and will catch you, and especially if you're downhill, oh, you're fucked. But outside of that though, URSARING is a really nice Pokemon. I should use URSARING a lot more, but I don't, but that's kind of like beside the point. But that's why URSARING is on the top 5 list, power and speed. So coming in at number 4 on this top 5 list is AMBIPOM, and AMBIPOM is on this list because, first of all, AMBIPOM came out in Generation 4, and Generation 4 was that generation where a whole bunch of random Pokemon got evolutions, being things like Electabuzz, Magmortar, Tangela, Rhydon, Apom, Honchkrow, yada yada yada. And AMBIPOM just was one of those. It was one of those Pokemon. I honestly like AMBIPOM because, first of all, AMBIPOM is fast. AMBIPOM is fast, and it has the, I think it gets the ability Technician, so then you can run like Technician, Life Orb, Fake Out, and then you just run like Double Hit or something, or Return. You run, what else do you run? Like U-Turn. You can run, you can be that one guy and run Fake Out Last Resort, which is what I used to run back in Generation 4, because Last Resort is literally just like what, 140 base power move, and you can't use it until you use all your moves. But if you're only running Fake Out and Last Resort, well, you come in, you Fake Out, and then you just Last Resort, and you just hit for like a lot of damage because it's stab. You might be Life Orb boosted. It's not Technician boosted, unfortunately, but that's perfectly fine because they're gonna take plenty of damage from the Fake Out as well. But I like AMBIPOM. I like AMBIPOM's design as well. It has 2 little tails that it actually uses for hands. I actually like APOM's design as well because it can use its tail as a hand. And I liked it when Ash got his in the anime. Now, I hated it when he traded it to Dawn and it became a contest Ambipom, or APOM I guess, and then evolved into Ambipom. That kind of upset me. And then at the same time, it upset me when Dawn let the Ambipom go to do that whole Pokemon ping pong tennis shit, and I was just like, come on Dawn, are you kidding me? You're gonna get rid of Ambipom? Ambipom was amazing. Why would you do that? But that is why Ambipom is on this week's top 5 list. So coming in at number 3 on this top 5 list is Chansey, and Chansey is on this list because, well, Chansey is a special defensive monster, has a hell of a lot of HP, and even though its physical defense is complete and utter ass, you can still run a physically defensive Chansey with the Eviolite, and it'll still take physical hits more or less. It'll take them more or less. It won't take them super duper well, but it will take them well enough to where you can soft boil next turn. It does get the ability Natural Cure, so if you get poisoned or anything like that, you can go ahead and just switch out, and then your status will be healed. It also it has soft boil. It has, I think it gets Wish. I'm not sure if it gets Wish. I don't think it gets. Maybe it does get Wish. I'm not necessarily sure, but I think it does get Heal Bell as well. Either that or Aromatherapy, or both of those as well. So honestly, Chansey is just really good support, and is a really good wall. It's really hard to take down Chansey unless you have a physical hitter, or a physical well, yeah, just a physical hitter in general, because Chansey cannot take physical hits at all. The only reason why it can take a physical hit in the first place is only on the fact that it has a lot of HP to spare, and then when it evolves into a Blissey, that HP stat only gets higher. But honestly, Chansey is a lot better than Blissey, only because of the item Eviolite. But at the same time, Blissey does have the advantage of running something like Leftovers and whatnot, and just has a tiny bit more HP than Chansey. But still, Chansey is my favorite of the two. Honestly, I like the entire Hypini line, to be completely honest with you guys. Like, Brock's Hypini, that thing was amazing. That thing was ridiculously strong. I don't know why Brock's Hypini was that strong. It made no sense to me whatsoever, but I just love the fact that Brock had one. And then when it evolved into Chansey, I'm just like, yes, this is amazing. But that is why Chansey is on this week's top 5 list. So coming in at number 2 on this top 5 list is Porygon 2. And Porygon 2 is here because same reason as Chansey, it takes hits. It's an Eviolite freaking monster. Like, once you slap an Eviolite on this thing, it takes hits for days. It gets Recover, okay? It gets Download, it gets Trace, it gets moves like Discharge, Ice Beam, like I said before, Recover, it gets Tri Attack. This thing is a threat. Like, it's really hard to take one of these things down because I think the defenses are actually a little bit better than Chansey. It doesn't have the amazing HP that Chansey has, but it does have the defenses to live hits for freaking days. And then not only that, but I do like the fact that this is a man-made Pokemon. This Pokemon is literally nothing but code, or Porygon is nothing but code, and you have to use the upgrade in order to evolve it into a Porygon 2, and then you have to use the Hibiscus disc. I'm not sure how you say it, but you got to use that disc to evolve it even further into a Porygon Z, which I think that is really amazing. I just like the fact that it's a man-made Pokemon. It doesn't need food, it doesn't need water, it doesn't need really anything at all, but it still takes food from what Bulbapedia says. But competitive wise, this thing, honestly, if you don't have a fighting type Pokemon on your team, this thing, you can run into a lot of trouble with this thing. I mean, a good way to stop it is just to poison it, and then that way it'll take residual damage each turn. But at the same time though, it still gets access to Recover. So I mean, trying to kill this thing is it's a fucking pain. It is a pain in the ass, believe me. I've been on both sides of it, and I can definitely say that Porygon 2 is a threat. So coming in at number 1 on this top 5 list is Dunsparce, and of course Dunsparce is going to be on this list. I mean, obviously this is top 5 normal type Pokemon. Dunsparce is a normal type Pokemon. I had to put Dunsparce on this list. Everyone knows my love for Dunsparce, okay? I like Dunsparce because it is that underdog Pokemon. It is so underrated. It has a great ability, Serene Grace. It has moves that benefit from Serene Grace. It gets Headbutt. It gets Rock Slide. It gets, I think really that's about it. So, but that's all you need to run though, because let's think about it. Headbutt is stab. So so you can headbutt your opponent and get stabbed, and it's a flinch. It also gets the ability, not the ability, but it also gets to move coil, so you can run a coil Dunsparce to recover, not recover your HP, that's Roost, to boost your attack and defense stats, and I think accuracy as well, and so then your headbutts will do even more damage. You can run Roost, so you can restore your HP to back to what it was before. I mean, I'm just saying, Dunsparce is really underrated. Now, the fact that it's a normal type really kind of makes me question Pokemon's logic, only on the fact that it is the land snake Pokemon. Also, a lot of people always get confused when you look at the Pokedex entry of Dunsparce versus Salamence, and they're both the same height. Dunsparce is 4'11" long, okay? It's 5 feet long, not tall, okay? If from head to tail, Dunsparce is 5 feet long, okay? Now, Salamence is 5 feet tall with the wingspan, okay? So please don't get that confused or anything like that. But I love it. Dunsparce is derpy. It's a flinch master, not really a master, but it's pretty good. So that's why it's on the list. And that is going to be it for this week's top 5 list, you guys. So don't forget to leave down in the comment section below your own top 5 normal type Pokemon, and also do not forget to, I guess, vote for next week's top 5. It is between Rock and and if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button. But I am out of here, you guys, so see you guys next week. Peace.